Welcome back to Up North at 4. And joining us now, it's Dennis Schultz, Michael Queoff, and oh, Jeff, I'm digging the new
safety first
accessory you got there,
Absolutely.
wearing the life vest. Dennis, let's start with you here. We're talking boaters safety.
Okay.
And of course, it starts with the life vest, right?
Correct. I always encourage people to wear their life jacket. There's so many people that drown because they are not wearing their life jacket.
Yeah.
And if you want to have some fun, jump in the water and try and put your life jacket on. It doesn't work. Your life jacket floats, you don't. So you're trying to get it up on. So with the inflatable, that allows you to wear it comfortably, and then if you need it, it's there and it can be used.
Perfect, okay. It looks good on you, Jeff, just letting you know.
It's a fashion.
There's a couple of caveats with the inflatable life jacket. One is they're not for children, they're adults only, and then they aren't guaranteed to turn your face up. So if you are knocked unconscious, it may not roll you over in the water the way it is.
All right. So
it works.
Obviously it's that time of year now, though, of course. We saw it with Memorial Day weekend, a lot of people coming up, putting their boats in the water, and we kind of talked about this off air. A lot of people don't really know, I don't want to say the rules of the road, but the rules of the water.
That's what we call it, rules of the road.
Oh.
A lot of people aren't aware of the fact that when you're driving on the water, there are rules you need to adhere to. And now, Jeff does quite a bit of boating on Lake Emily, right?
I do,
okay.
Yes.
Now, Jeff, if you have two boats coming at each other head on, which way should you veer?
To the right.
Okay, very good. Good answer.
That's 1 for 1. Hey,
okay.
Good job, good job.
Now, tougher question. You're coming along, you've got a boat coming from this direction. Who has the right of way?
Ooh.
The
person on the right.
Very good.
Oh, hey, you got
it right. Do you know why? I always tell people there's
because of a blind spot.
Well, no, there's a little trick. You think of your navigation lights on your boat.
Yeah.
You've got green on the right, red on the left. So if you think of that as a stop sign, if you're coming along, I see your red light, even though it's daylight, but I know the red light's on the left side, that's a stop sign to me. So I have to stop and yield to you or change my course.
Okay.
Makes sense to you?
Makes sense to me.
It's a very simple trick that everybody can use.
Okay.
The other thing I use a lot on the water, it's called decreasing, drawing a blank now. But anyways, if you're seeing a boat, and I'm driving along on my boat, and I see another boat over here.
Yeah.
And I see it at 2 o'clock, and I'm continuing to go, and they're still at 2 o'clock. I'm on a collision course.
Right, that means they're heading toward you.
Correct.
Right.
We're on a collision course because we're decreasing our range, but keeping the same compass bearing. And so that tells me right away, okay, they're coming from this way. I'm going to have to yield to them anyway, so I can slow down. I can change my course a little bit, and to avoid them. Those are some little tricks that makes everything so much safer on the water for people.
And of course, you know, when you're out on the water, on the boat, you're trying to have fun. I'm sure a lot of people aren't necessarily always in the back of their mind, like, you know, red light or green light or what have you. But these are important things because it keeps everybody safe, right? And so, Michael, tell me a little bit about the event coming up this weekend, actually, in Eagle River.
In Eagle River, the Eagle River Chain of Lakes Association, in conjunction with the United States Power Squadron, is sponsoring our 3rd annual, it's called a vessel safety check. So it's a check of not only a boat, it could be a kayak, a canoe. If it floats, they can inspect it. And it's all about keeping boaters safe. It's a great deal of education. A lot of people don't realize there's certain safety equipment that they need on their boat. And this is something that Dennis and his crew will do. The event is on Saturday. You can bring your boat if it's in the water currently and you're up in Eagle River already. You can bring it by water at Riverview Park right in Eagle River. But a majority of people just bring them on their trailers because they come from all over and just bring them to the park and we'll have inspectors there.
Yeah, well, makes sense to me. And we're up against the clock here, gentlemen, so we're going to take a quick break. So stick with us. We'll be right back on Up North at 4. Welcome back to Up North at 4, and we're joined by Dennis Schultz, Michael Queoff here to talk about boater safety and staying safe on the water. And this weekend on Saturday, there is a vessel safety check taking place in Eagle River. What do people need to know before coming to that event on Saturday?
The most important thing that common failures we see is people don't have the registration card with them. When you register your boat with the DNR, you got that little white card. Bring that along. Another thing you can look at is another common failure is not having both the positive and the negative battery terminals covered.
Okay.
And that's something we can actually fix right there if that's an issue. The other thing is fire extinguishers. On the bottom of your fire extinguisher should be a born-on date, and then it's got to be within 12 years of that date to be considered valid. If it's older than 12 years, then you're going to fail because you don't have a current fire extinguisher.
Did not know
Do
that.
the math.
There's a shelf life on fire extinguishers.
So if it's 2023, 12 years,
Yep.
what's it got to be?
We can go back 12 years.
It's the most roundabout answer I've heard out of him.
Another important thing to remember about this whole thing, the event is free. It doesn't cost you anything. The inspectors will inspect your boat. It takes 15 minutes to inspect a boat, whether it's in the water or on its trailer. So bring them up, we'll get them inspected. You'll learn a little bit about the different types of safety equipment that you should have. If you don't, they give you a checklist. It's really user-friendly, and it's free.
Yeah, this isn't an I gotcha. This is
No.
at all. This is an event designed to promote safety and
Correct.
awareness on the water as we're now heading into what likely could be a very busy boating season with the temperatures out there today. And
Absolutely.
I think, is this the first one we've done of these, or
Oh, this is the third year.
third year in a row?
Third year.
What was the results last year? What'd you find?
First year is always like anything, a first year event. We didn't have as many boats to inspect, but last year we had, I want to say, more than 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And those people learned something.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it gives us an opportunity to do a little one-on-one boater education if they've got any questions. Everybody may not be as sharp as you are, Jeff. So it gives me a chance to work one-on-one. And then if you do pass, you do get this sticker that's put on your boat. And in that way, any enforcement agency that can write tickets, whether it be the Sheriff's Department, the DNR, if they're going along patrolling the waterway through the summer, if they see the sticker, they know that you've been checked at least once for the safety equipment. They may double check to make sure that I'm doing my job correctly or my crew is doing their job correctly, or they may just wave at you and have you lift up your life jacket if you aren't wearing it and go on your way.
Perfect.
And of course, there are some other general boating safety tips out there. For example, do lights go on at dusk, or can they go on before then?
Before dusk.
Before dusk is the word there. What are some other good safety? Obviously, drinking and driving is not a good combination. Just don't do it. What else do people think about in terms of boater safety?
A lot of people forget about the fact that you're responsible for your wake. When you're driving your boat, if you see a canoe or a kayak and you go motoring by them and you tip that canoe or kayak over with your boat wake, you are legally responsible for that. So a lot of people should slow down. I slow down, I drop off plane if I'm coming past paddlecraft and then pick back up again. It's a good courtesy to do on the water that is not seen a lot.
And paddleboarding and kayaking more and more popular. You need to have a life vest on those vessels as well, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Well, we love the work that you gentlemen are doing, and here's to a very safe summer out on the waters. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back on Up North at 4.
I didn't pull it.
Oh.